Hello, friends. It's Carter, and I'm here with an Unbound writer tip. So, I actually got a question from one of my Unbound writer newsletter readers, and I wanted to tackle it here because it's really something that all suspense writers deal with, and it's how much do you reveal and when? And it's really important because it's all about the stakes here. So, this reader, she's working on a two-generational revenge story. In it, a woman in her 60s starts dating a man online, not realizing at first that he's the son of a man who emotionally abused her when she was in her 20s. So yeah, that's good. That's pretty juicy. It's loaded with potential for dread and tension, just how I love it. So she asks, do we drop a hint at the beginning to whet people's appetite? Or do we save the first hint until later? Is there a beat to follow? So here is how I think about it. So you are the writer. You are the suspense writer. You are holding a deck of cards, and your job is not to lay them all out. Your job is to tease just enough of what's in your hand to make the reader just desperate to see the rest. You're really pulling them through the story. So the timing is very important, and the timing does matter. So let's break this down. Do we drop a hint early? Yes. Always drop a hint early. It shouldn't be hitting you over the head kind of a hint, but the reader should know right away something is off. You are developing a sense of paranoia that's being inserted into the protagonist's head that then we feel as the readers. So maybe it's just a strange line in a flashback. Maybe it's the new boyfriend saying something that echoes the old one in a creepy way. You want to plant a small clue that the reader is going to remember later, so then they can go back and think, oh, now I see that that was a hint. That's very satisfying for the reader. How much do we share and when? She asks. So let your reader feel that something's wrong really before the protagonist does. And it's a balancing act because you want to kind of give those hints to the reader without necessarily making your protagonist look what we would call TSTL, too stupid to live. You don't want them being totally oblivious. You don't want them making terrible decisions and the reader screaming at them. But you want to lay in just enough of a hint that the reader catches it before your character does. Sometimes it's a mood. Sometimes it's just a few words here and there. Again, it doesn't have to be over the top. Is there a beat to follow? There's not really a formula, but I think there's a rhythm. So you got to think about all of this in terms of escalation is what I'm trying to say. So in the first act, you're dropping a hint. You're putting the reader on alert. The second act, something gets said or done that creates real serious unease. So it's kind of letting the reader confirm their suspicion. And by the midpoint, the reader should feel something is definitely amiss here. And then the third act, that's when you punch them. That's when the reveal lands. And if you've built it right, the reader's not necessarily shocked, but maybe they're devastated. So you really want to make sure that emotional punch is there. Revealing clues about who might be a suspect, who might be the person you don't want to trust in the story is a balancing act. And honestly, it takes a lot of writing to figure out. But more importantly than that, it takes feedback. It takes your beta readers. You want them to read the story and tell you, oh, I totally suspected on page 30 it was this guy or that this was happening. And if you get too many people kind of getting everything too early, you want to ease back those hints. You don't want to make it too obvious. If the reveal in the third act feels like it comes totally out of the blue to a reader, then you want to start layering in. You want to have that foreshadowing. So that's really important. And a lot of times when we're writing a 90,000 word manuscript, we're too close to it. We can't see it. We can't understand if we are doing that balancing act correctly or not. We feel like we need that feedback. So definitely go with your gut, but then get feedback on that as well. Anyway, I hope that helps. Keep going. That manuscript sounds like you're onto something good. And for the rest of you, hope that helps as well. Take care.